Right now, Chevron is trying to negotiate with the Trump administration on its license to operate in Venezuela. Back in February, President Trump dealt a major blow to Venezuela, revoking a license to export oil here, accusing the dictator, Nicolas Maduro, of failing to take back violent migrants. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado backed the move, and she joins us now. Maria, it's such an honor to have you on today. So Chevron Chief Executive Mike Wirth says that their company is trying to negotiate with the Trump administration. They want to be able to continue their operations in Venezuela. You think this is a very bad idea. Explain.
Well, I believe President Trump's decisions and strategy is absolutely correct and effective, and it's already working. Remember, we're facing not a simple dictator. Maduro is the head of the criminal structure that has turned Venezuela into a safe haven of drug cartels, guerrilla, and the enemies of the Western Hemisphere, such as agents of Iran, Russia, and other international criminal groups. And Maduro is using our resources and the money he gets from illegal, illicit activities and oil to promote drug trafficking and to promote migration of Venezuelan citizens, destabilizing the region. So the right approach is apply law enforcement, and it is already working. Maduro is in his weaker position ever.
Right. Maria, you obviously know that oil is a very powerful interest in our government. And as they say, they're trying to get an exception to this licensing. They want to be able to operate there. So what would be your message? I see your message to Donald Trump is keep doing what you're doing. Don't let them do this. Don't give Maduro, who is a criminal and a dictator and basically stole the election, these resources to continue his repression of his people. What's your message to Chevron and those who want to operate and get oil out of Venezuela?
Frankly, I think it's absurd. I don't understand it. What Maduro is allowing right now, it's just crumbs to get out of Venezuela. But Venezuela is right now the country with the largest proven oil reserves in the world, and also in gas. So we can turn Venezuela from the criminal hub of the Americas into the energy hub of the Americas. But that can only happen with a democratic government. Remember, right now we have a government that is taken by drug cartels that has Venezuela in the single lowest place in rule of law in the world. So this is a very bad and stupid decisions of those that want to support Maduro to use that resources, that money they get from oil for corruption and repression of our people.
One last question. I had Representative Jimenez on Fox Noticias this past week. He's also pressuring the Trump administration to keep up the economic sanctions and really crack down on people that are doing business with Cuba. He believes Cuba is on the verge of toppling. We've seen, outages. They're not able to run their government. And he believes that this is a critical juncture. Should that happen, what is the impact on Venezuela? What is the impact on the Western Hemisphere? Something Donald Trump has decided to make a big priority.
Look at this, Rachel. Never in history we have the Americas free of communism and dictatorship. And we are one step from it. Once the Maduro's regime is out, believe me, Cuba and Nicaragua will follow. This is a unique moment in history. With the transition in Venezuela, Maduro going out, we will have a continent free of communism and dictatorship, and we will turn Venezuela into a safe ally for the national security of the United States, and we will unleash unprecedented economic opportunities. Over $1 trillion opportunity, not only in oil and gas, but in every sector you can think of. So this is the biggest opportunity of our hemispheres in decades to come, and we will make it happen. Maduro is weaker than ever, and we are determined to go till the end. Venezuela will be free, and we will bring our kids back home.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting if Venezuela could be an ally versus an adversary and a menace in our hemisphere. You believe the moment is now. Maria Corina Machado, thank you so much for joining us. We really admire you for your courage and determination to set your people free. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We will prevail. Thank you.
You got it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.